just the other day I was thinking, I wonder how you're doing. So thank you for chatting with me. Let me just start with that. How are you doing?
I'm doing a lot better. I am doing like some physical therapy and occupational therapy and just working on getting better every day. I'm walking, which is amazing, and I can take the dog out. It's getting more and more independent is nice.
And it looks like, is that a new dog?
No, this is Rusty's brother. This is Chevy.
Okay. Now, are you out of the hospital?
I just got out a couple days ago. Yeah.
Wow. And do you have to do months and months of rehab, or what's the prognosis from here?
Um, I'm not really sure yet. I know that I still have like doctor's appointments and stuff, and I think by like the 23rd of February we should know when I should be able to go home.
Like home?
Yeah.
Is there a lot that you remember about that day, or has it all kind of been blocked out of your memory?
No, I remember everything from that day, or a lot, yeah. More than I should.
What has the past few months been? Has it been 6 months now almost?
I think about just about four or five, yeah.
4 or 5.
Was the
October. Okay. And you were moving, right? You were moving from Oregon to go to school. Am I correct?
Washington, yes.
Washington.
But back home to go back to school because I was a dental assistant. I want to be a hygienist.
Oh, still.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good for you. So, what do you remember about that day? Just the dog jumping out of the car and you going to save it as any pet owner would do?
Yeah, I just remember hearing his yelping a lot and it makes me sad. But and walking to the car and we had to drive 16 miles because there was no like service to call 911. And I was awake for all of that and awake in the ambulance, but I was not awake anymore by the time I got to the helicopter.
They sedated you, the ambulance did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I kept put me to sleep, so
You kept asking them.
yeah.
How do you even can you even describe the pain?
Um, no, I can't even remember it if I'm being honest. It was like the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, and I don't think I can really compare it to anything. My skin like lit off. It was crazy.
So you get to the hospital in Idaho Falls. Had you ever been to Idaho Falls?
No, I've driven through Idaho, but I've never stopped. No.
That's not part of the plan, obviously. And you're admitted to the burn unit. Do you remember like waking up and the doctor saying, this is what happened or this is the prognosis? Do you remember any of that?
I don't really remember first waking up. My mom has showed me like a video of it, which it's just I'm not really able to talk or anything. They have me on like really high drugs to deal with the pain, obviously, and no, not the beginning. I remember like staring at all the pictures around when I wasn't able to talk, and I think I knew what happened, but I couldn't say it.
I guess it was just day by day, right? In the beginning, were they because I think at the beginning, wasn't it touch and go? And maybe Kami, you can speak more to that. But I remember at the beginning, it was pretty, there were some scary moments at least.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. A lot of people were really worried. Laiha fought very hard to where she is today, and it was incredible each step that she took. It She went down some rough roads and some ups and downs, but definitely a lot more ups and downs because this is where she is now, and hopefully by the end of February she might be going home. And 90% of people did not think that. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't think she would survive, let alone be as able as she is now. You know what I mean? Like, she's doing amazing, incredible. It's a miracle.
Looking at you can't even tell, to me, based on some of these other stories I've covered, especially when they said your palms. So it looks like you're wearing the compression gloves.
Yeah, I am.
And do you know, is that a lifelong thing or?
It just for about 2 years, and it didn't actually burn my face at all. It's about from like here down, all the way.
Yeah. We had an outpouring once we posted the first story when it happened of people from all over the world, especially pet owners.
Yes.
you can tell that you both are passionate about your pets. You love your dogs. So at what point, when you found out that Rusty had passed, had to be put down, was that just an extra, burden to carry for you, Laiha?
It was really, really sad at first, but I tried to do everything I could, and knowing everything that I had to go through, and he was in longer than me, I'm kind of glad that he's not around because he'd be suffering a lot, probably.
Mhm. Has Chevy adjusted to not having his partner?
Yes, he is adjusted. My mom and dad have like really taken good care of him for me.
And he gets more of mommy's attention that way.
Absolutely, yeah. Kami, what was your family going through? Because you were out of state when this all happened, and I think, weren't you just with your dad? Is it Woodrow? Woodrow. So weren't you just with him? And meanwhile, Kami, you and your mom are out of state?
Yeah, so me and my mom live in Delaware, Ohio. We were both in Delaware. My dad flew out to help Laiha move back home. And then me and my mom were just at home, and I was with my friend when my mom got the call, but my mom called me. She told me to come home, that she got to tell me something that she can't tell me on the phone. And that was a really hard night for all of us, of course. Like, I was expecting a lot worse when she told me everything that happened, you know what I mean? And my mom flew out the next day as soon as she could. I had to stay home. I got family and cats and animals to take care of here. So I'm really glad that my parents were able to come out here and spend so much time with Laiha. And that's where the GoFundMe really helped, because my parents own their own business. And without the GoFundMe and all the help for Laiha, my parents wouldn't be here for her. They just financially couldn't have done it. So it's really, really amazing that they were able to come out here for so long and be with her and support her. And she really needed them. And I'm glad that they were here.
Yeah, a lot of times in situations like this, when you're out of town, you think about the medical bills and things like that, but there's so many other expenses, like where do you live? Where do you stay? What do you eat every day? And when you're not working and you're several states away, have your parents been able to be with you every day, or somebody with you every day?
Yeah, in the beginning they had like really restricted hours, that because I was so susceptible to infection. But every day my mom or dad has been to see me at least once.
Wow, that's amazing.
And
they've been there for her.
It made it so much better. Like, I couldn't have done it without my mom and dad by my side.
What has the recovery been like? Are they doing the painful scrubbing where they have to scrub infection out or anything like that? Or
I'm not getting debrided anymore. I actually have like all my wounds are closed now. So my skin is just healing more and more every day. I do like desensitization things where like I rub my skin, so like the tiny like touches won't hurt, because it's just training your skin to feel touch again.
Very sensitive.
Yeah, it was really sensitive at first, but it's just like getting better and better with me doing it and all of the therapists and everything.
And did they have to take skin grafts?
Yeah, they did a lot of different things. They did skin grafts, CEAs, RECELL. I'm sure there's more that I don't know. But
yeah. How have you kept your head up through all of this? I'm sure there's been some pretty discouraging moments.
yeah, definitely. There really were, but my dad would always just tell me, in 2 weeks you'll be better than you are now, and every time it proved right.
Kami, what about you? How have you kept your head up as your sister's, many states away, and this is all happening?
Yeah, it's been hard with my parents being here, but we have a lot of loving we have a very loving community back home, a lot of support there, from softball players to teachers, from my school, from people my parents know, from Laiha's friends, my friends. Everybody has been absolutely amazing, making sure that I have gas to drive around my nephew to school, making sure that I have food, that I have somewhere to stay, that I'm doing okay. Yeah, it's been rough, but everybody's been there for us, and just the love and support. That's all we needed, and we're doing great.
Tell me about the the GoFundMe, but also the Instagram. You're kind of documenting the journey, which has been really inspiring to watch.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping to get Laia's journey on our Instagram so that maybe one day Laia can take it over and be almost like an influencer, or just to let people know how she's doing, even if it's 2 years from now when she's doing like laser therapy or whatever for her scarring. No matter what it is, somewhere that she can go to and always have support no matter what, you know what I mean? I'm really hoping that we can continue posting that on there and continue posting on the GoFundMe, because I know a lot of people can't access Instagram. So I try to do both, but Instagram is probably where we post the most at. It's the easiest way to keep as many people updated as I can, where people can follow Laia's journey and get in touch with us, and Laia can talk to them and vice versa.
Laia, what would you say would you say your hands are the most painful as far as recovery because you use them more than other parts?
They were in the beginning, but I think that just because my legs were done, my upper body was done very first, so I was asleep mostly. So it was a lot better when I woke up than my legs. My legs are behind on the healing process, so probably my feet would hurt the worst. Feet.
And are you able to walk without assistance, or are you still like using a walker?
I'm able to walk without assistance now. It's awesome.
Wow. And it is, I guess that's probably part of your physical therapy, to get up and walk around and move.
Yeah.
So this happened in October. When did you come out of the coma? When did when did you wake up?
I think like November 10th or 11th.
And then you were able to leave the hospital last week?
Yeah.
And what was that like?
It was really, really crazy to get a breath of fresh air again.
Because you hadn't been outside.
Yeah, I hadn't been outside at all. And it's very snowy here.
Yeah, and cold, right? Do you want to go back to Yellowstone?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Probably not in the near future.
Yeah, not in the near future now.
Yeah. Well, is there anything that you want to add? Anything you want to say to the public watching?
I couldn't have done it without all of the love and prayers from everyone, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We appreciate all the support and everything that everybody's done, whether it's just the prayers, the short comments, the gifts, everything that everybody has done. Everybody's been so generous and kind and patient with us that we really appreciate everything that they've done for us, more than everybody realizes and more that we can tell and show them. You know what I mean? People have just been amazing. It really shows how much people care and how much we can come together as a community when things go down, and it's amazing.
And have the doctors said that your aspiration is to be a dental hygienist, even with your hands? You think you'll still be good, ready to do it?
Yeah, I think so.
That is great. Look at that. And you've even painted your nails. I mean, well, you are an inspiration. Like I said, it's so great to do follow-up stories like this that are positive and happy. Do you want to get another dog, or is that too soon as well?
He's still a puppy. He's not even 2 yet. And I don't think he would like another brother. He's not a fan of other dogs.
I guess he wasn't able to come and visit you in the hospital, right? Or do they let dogs in sometimes?
Let him in, but I had a couple nurses that would sneak me to the door when I got the doctor's okay, and I would be covered up with blankets so he didn't jump on my bed, and I was allowed to visit him.
Oh, good.
I think 2 times before my very last like big surgery that I went under 10 days, and then I saw him after, and it was really nice.
Oh yeah, how many surgeries have you had?
I think
18,
18,
right?
yeah.
Wow. And you said the big one you were under for 10 days.
Yeah, well, the last big one that I remember, yeah. The very last one I had.
And are there any others planned for now, or is it just wait and see?
So about 3 to 6 months after my CAs were placed in December, I think December 1st, around that time frame, 3 to 6 months after we started laser surgery. So I'll be back here to see Dr. Olavison for them. He's
Yeah, is there anything you want to say about the nurses and doctors? It sounds like you had a good experience under the circumstances.
yeah, Ermac really like saved my life, and I appreciate everyone there.
Great.
Yeah, they've been awesome.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're telling this story, and we'll make you I guess, a part-time resident of Idaho Falls if we can somehow. Kami, is there anything you want to add on behalf of you, your family, anybody?
No, I just want to say thank you to all the nurses, doctors, the Idaho Fall community, everybody else all around the world, not even in just the United States, people back home in Ohio, and you guys for getting Laiha's story out there. That's it. I'm just so thankful for everybody, and I wish I could say it 1,000 times, because we would not be in this position right now if it wasn't for every single person who's made an impact since October 4th.
Is there anything your parents want to say? Anything else you guys want to add? Or
I don't.
I'm really grateful for all this support, but it's super emotional.
I don't know if you can hear my mother or not, but she's here. It's just still a very emotional topic for her. It's been hard. It's been really hard. She was there from day one where nobody else could see her. She saw all the things that nobody else wants to see. You know what I mean? But she's just as grateful and thankful for everybody else. Oh gosh, she has been through some tough times in the past few years, but man, I am so grateful that she's been able to help Laiha so much. And I love you so much, Mama. Like, I'm so glad that you're able to be here for her, and same with Dad. And I just know that they're so grateful, and that Laiha is so grateful to be here. I mean, we wouldn't want it any other way.